Good morning, welcome to I say good morning, it may not be morning by the time you watch this of course, but welcome to a live trading video. Now looking at this is Friday the 5th of February, Kim Watson speaking. Now looking at these markets, it's sort of I did have a little short running from yesterday. It's taken out around about break even, currently sitting here waiting for a setup. So it's just gone past 7. It's just gone a little bit too pitchy here at the stage. It's most likely going to run in towards that daily pivot. So just waiting for price action at the moment to see what happens. Now it has so far come off its 21, its 34 and its 50 moving average as in terms of resistance. Of course it could go into any of those and find resistance again. It's already broken 21, so it leaves the 34 and the 50 still to be giving me some resistance. Still sort of looking at the short side. However, there is some sort of divergence across this hourly basing here, so there is a bit of divergence kicking through, which may see a bigger correction. So it's say 8:31. I'm probably going to sit on my hands for a while this morning, and we have got non-farm payrolls out later, so it may be very much a video of this afternoon. In our trading room at the moment, we're just discussing a strategy I've been reworking in terms of new rules, looking at volatility as opposed to set prices and set things, which is quite an interesting chat, but I'm unfortunately sorry I'm not sharing that at this stage. But there we are, that's where we are. So I will leave it, it's, as I say, it's 8:32 now. I'll see if anything comes up this morning, if it sets up, but it may be a bit of a patience day, waiting for non-farms. Don't expect lots from those, but I'll talk about that in a while. Okay, so just had a it got triggered really quickly. I was just setting it up, looking at the time. It's been triggered here, just taking this short on the euro dollar. It's on a particular account. It's a particular strategy that I'm working off, which it's come off of, but as I say, it triggered quite quickly, so into the position. We'll be looking to exit quite quickly if it gets, well, exit. Move it, stops down if it gets halfway to targets. At the moment, I'll show you those parts of it. It's if I can, let me just wind this a little bit more, give you a little bit more scope there. You can see the open positions. See the stops there. So the stop is only 11 pips. It's quite a tight old trade on this particular one. So 11 pips. So I need to be making sure I've got 22 pips profit. There we go, 22 pips. That's okay. So that's all in position. So but if it gits halfway, basically if it gets 11 pips down, the stop gets moved down with it. So that's just where we are at the moment. Okay, so I was stopped on this euro position. It was, the particular trade, it was a 1%er, so down for 1%. I had to take the trade because it's set up. It's important that I take them all. Let me just move this over here a bit because I just want to show you a little bit more. This is the history of how it's been. This particular strategy has been running. I did it on an account that is just solely for that strategy. So it actually triggered one yesterday, and it just sort of the swappage took a bit of money out of that there, but it had been a flat. But so after a decent run, it's suddenly popped in. It's the stop out on that. So there we go. That's can't win them all, as they say. That's all part of the stat. So leaving that for now, we might see another setup coming in a while, but with non-farms I'm not overly keen on doing too much unless that particular set of strategy was to give me another setup, but in which case I just take it regardless. The news doesn't count for anything on that particular strategy, but in other markets here, I've been watching the pound, the euro, etc., and I'm just sort of thinking, well, I'm going to sit on my hands for a little while here. Okay, so looking at these markets, I've got a signal, an indicator coming up that's suggesting a buy signal coming through. Now, I've put a trigger point in on the charts here of where I'm looking to get long if it triggers. There is a risk about doing this. We've got non-farm payrolls in about 29 minutes. It may not get triggered before then. It may get triggered on non-farm payrolls. Either way, it's a strategy that I have which goes regardless. So looking at a break of that level. I've put the order on my system here that I'm using to trade from. Let me just so it's all set up and ready to go. So it's all set up. There's the buy stop ready to go. There's the profit level. There's the stop that's sitting in there. So all ready to go on there. I will leave it now. If it drops below the lows from earlier on here, I will cancel the order altogether. Sorry, I've got an alarm still set on my system. I wonder what the line was, but if it drops below this point here, I will count before it triggers. I'll cancel that trade. So that's where I'm sitting. It's as I say, it's a trade that it's just set up. When it sets up, the signal comes in. I'm looking to take it if it triggers. So just to confirm here, it's 10 past 7 now. 10 past 7, 10 past 1. Now, of course, this level I'm looking at around about 1995. I've got the order all set up, ready for this. As I say, if the price breaks down below this 11 o'clock low, I'm not interested. It's just it's lost its shape. It's in quite a nice little higher lows coming through here. Confirmed higher low there on this more recent break. Bit messy on the 5 minute here, but as I said, it's not triggering me a trade. If it breaks this area here and triggers my trade, well then it's put another higher low in, and that's more important than this. This is just suggesting, well, it might roll over, which it might do, in which case I won't be in the trade. So very, very simple really. As I said, when you get the setup and the signals coming through, I can only do it. There's no divergences on this short time frame. It's a lower high through here, and even if the price had broken through it, it just negates it anyway. So just sitting here happily waiting now. So we've got a little we're around about 5 minutes before this market opens. My buy order hasn't been triggered yet. Seems like an old-fashioned buy order this. I used to have a strategy that would be placing the buy order around about 20 pips above the high. We'll let it run for 40 pips and close it out, or vice versa. It's a very aggressive strategy. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if I get filled on this, if it triggers, and at what level it'll fill, whether I'll get much in the way of slippage. These markets have been very lackluster in the recent non-farm payrolls, so as I say, I'm not at all concerned about putting these trades in or putting this setup in. If it doesn't trigger and this trade doesn't trigger and it doesn't go to the upside today, I will look after 5 or 10 minutes to see if there's anything else. I mean, there is an opportunity that this whole market could turn around and become bearish again, and I'm quite happy, quite mercenary here, sitting on the sides, and I'll take what signals it gives me. It could actually give me a bearish signal. Now, on the data expected to come out this afternoon, then there's an expected growth of around about 77,000. I'm seeing different numbers. My Barclays research data has showed me this morning. They were suggesting that the average figure out there, the consensus, is 105 rise. So anything less than that could be a bit disappointing for the dollar, and see this euro trigger the upside. If it's better, well, of course, we won't be in a trade. It won't have triggered anything, and I'll be looking at the other side of this market maybe. Now, Barclays actually is interesting. Research, they're very less optimistic is the term they've used here, expecting a 100k decline. Now that would be quite a swing from a 100 positive to 100 decline. So Don't know who's counting what numbers. I don't care. In real terms, none of it makes any difference to the trade that we get into. We just need it to happen soon. So the news has come out. I've actually been triggered into my trade here, so it's popped me in the trade. So that's running. I don't know what the news is yet. I haven't actually seen it. So let's have a look at what it is. I'm hoping it will be here. It was plus 409. Okay, so yeah, so it still came up with that plus number, but it came under expectation. Now this trade I'm in, if we get up to I think it's, well, if we get halfway to exit, the stop moves only then to break even. But that's the method I use on this strategy. It's a strategy unrelated to non-farm payrolls. It just happens that it was setting up around this level. So I've just taken what it is now. Stop wise on here at the moment, the stop is below this 4-hourly pivot, around about this 4-hourly pivot. Has it got any more legs in this? We've seen such lackluster moves in these. I'm not expecting to moon and back. My target sits up round about, where is it, 120.30 ish. So it's up here, and the move to stop even in that case. Stop even. If only I could say these sort of things. I need it to run plus 17 from entry, basically. So entry was at 99. I'm just looking to see where I got filled relative to my my entry. Let's have a look here then. Did I get slipped? Your pending order at 99948. It was executed at the price, so that's good. No slippage. So pretty impressive. So we'll just leave that to be now. So we're over halfway now. So at this point here is where I'll just adjust the stop loss. So I just adjust it to 0. That's the rules of the game. There we go. So we'll leave that to be now. So the adjusted stop, nothing more to do with that. And we carry on chatting about what we're going to have a drink of at 3 o'clock, according to the script here. Okay, so my target was hit here. I'll just go into the closed positions here. Just see if I just come into, there we go. Let me just move this across a little bit. Over to round about, there we go. And so today then, we had the losing trade earlier on this morning. As you can see, it's 17. Look at that, 2 to 1 just paid back and given me. So I lost around about 1% this morning. Just made around about 2% this afternoon. So that's just the way things go at times. Yes, that other little loser there was just a bit of swap in there, really, and a fraction of slippage, which I was, well, we did get any slippage in the entry of this one, so I was quite happy with. So that's where we are. The strategy continues its nice winning ways, which is lovely. And in fact, this market is still pushing up. I didn't hear the signal go off. I just went. It's Friday. I just went out to the room to get a quick drink, and it's we're pushing up nicely. Will we see some more of this move up? Well, there's a possibility. We have broken a shorter term trend. As I said earlier on, I was looking at a 5-minute chart. You've got the high lows, higher highs coming through here. Could I have held this for more? Of course I could. We were looking at different things and different reasons why it could have come out even earlier, actually, as opposed to holding it for more. There's the 200 up there. Some people could out trade this, run it up to that 200. Sure, I'm quite happy. It's got the strategy I'm running has got a fixed exit. Now, there are times where you feel like, well, I could actually trailing stop that or do something better. Maybe I'll do that at some stage, but for now, it rounds up a nice Friday afternoon's trading. So that's it for my weekly video. I was just going to just switch you off here. Wish you a great weekend for those on the video, for the YouTube followers, and for the rest of you, I'm going to carry on with you for a while longer. So have a great one. Bye for now.